What do you want for Christmas, Ollie?
What's up, internet? It's me, Brady P. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to sort of do a different video about things that you can get for your cosplaying people on your Christmas list this year. There are a lot of different tools, different products, different things that you can get for your friends who cosplay, and most of these things are relatively inexpensive. So some of the first things I want to cover as far as Christmas lists for cosplayers would be the basic tools that they will need. Especially for working with EVA foam, one of the most important tools, since it is a foam that reacts to heat, is a good heat gun. I actually found this one on Black Friday for 20 bucks at Lowe's, and it works really well. And it is the Wagner brand, and it's cute, it's little, and it works really good for foam. I've already tested it and I love it. The second thing that cosplayers can really use, especially if they're working with foam or almost any material for that matter, is a Dremel and sanding bits, grinding stones, cutting wheels, pretty much any kind of bit you can put into a Dremel a cosplayer can use. This is a little battery operated one that my mom got for me last year, and it has been just one of my most used tools. And so it has been really useful for shaping foam, and every cosplayer can definitely use one of these. Almost every crafter in your list can use a hot glue gun and glue sticks to go with it. These are relatively inexpensive. I think they're at Walmart for $10 or less, depending on the size. This is a mini one, so it takes mini glue sticks. So make sure if you do buy any of your cosplaying friends a glue gun, you get them the right glue sticks, and get them plenty of these because we're always running out of them at the worst times during a build. If your cosplayer is working with foam or just about any other material, they're going to need a lot of cutting tools. And I have a few that I use. I've been using this little utility knife for about a year now, and it's really good. It has disposable blades and it comes with extra blades, but I can always use more of these. It's pretty heavy. It's not a cheap knife, but it gets the job done. I found that even better than this is the cheap little utility knife with the long blade. It's a lot easier to cut through foam and sharpen your blades so that the knife lasts longer. And for detail work, cosplayers can always use X-OXO knives and extra X-OXO blades. I don't typically do a lot of sewing with my cosplay, but I do have to do some of it. So this cutting mat, which I use for EVA foam as well, and this fabric cutter have come in extremely handy, especially for my Big River Steampunk Festival costume. Say that 10 times fast. This cutting mat my wonderful sister Nicole got me is a self-healing cutting mat, so all the little nicks and scratches in it typically go away. This does have to be stored flat, but this thing has just been awesome. It saved tabletops. It saved me having to find something to put under my foam to cut it. I love this thing. I highly recommend it for any of your cosplay Secret Santas or gift people. On the subject of sewing, a good pair of fabric scissors will go a long way for your cosplayers as well. But most importantly for sewing would be a decent sewing machine. My sister Carrie got me this like a few years ago for my wedding, and I have used it several times on several costumes. I'm a beginner. This one is really easy to use, and I would highly recommend it. It is the Singer Vivo, but any other used, new sewing machine will work for your cosplayers on your Christmas list. A couple of things that are going to come in really handy for your foam smiths are metallic Sharpies or metallic gel pens or light colored gel pens that will show up on dark EVA foam. EVA foam just absolutely dries out Sharpies, so I definitely need some in my stocking this year, husband and mom. And next, your cosplayer is going to want to be using contact cement on their EVA foam projects. This is amazing stuff. Basically, you just brush it or scrape it onto both sides of the EVA foam you want to glue together, let it dry, and then stick them together permanently. It works wonders, and I use a whole lot of it, and I know a ton of other cosplayers do as well. I use the Weldwood brand because it's what I have at stores available to me in my area. A lot of other people use barge contact cement. There's many brands of it, but it all does the same thing. It all works really well. And finally, for finish work on your props and your costumes, your cosplayer is going to want to use some sort of foam sealant like Plastidip to prime their items for painting. I can easily go through 3 cans of this on a single, like, large build. I went through a lot of cans of this on my Crescent Rose build. I should have actually used more because it needed primed better, but this stuff is definitely handy. There are other brands, and there are other things cosplayers can use, like Flexi Paint and Gesso, things like that that seal the foam, but Plastidip is most commonly used, and it is really easy to find at different hardware stores. I usually get mine at Lowe's or Walmart even, so that is a good place to find this for your cosplayer. Cosplayers can never really have enough painting supplies. Eventually your brushes and your sponges are going to wear out, or your husband will use them on a project and not rinse them out and ruin them. But on top of these, we can also use these handy little paint palettes. These are great for just being able to mix a lot of different colors of acrylics together to paint different props and armor. And these are all relatively inexpensive. I bought this variety pack of brushes at Walmart for like $5 and this set of little palettes for $3 at Walmart. The cosplayer in your life is almost certainly going to be using EVA foam at some point. I get mine at TNT Cosplay Supply online. EVA foam is also available on Amazon. It actually is what those puzzle piece floor mats are made of. So this is something that we are always running out of, always having to buy more of, and makes a great Christmas gift. If you can't remember all that when you're shopping for your cosplayer, TNT Cosplay Supply actually does have gift cards now, and those would come in extremely handy. I also know that gift cards for hardware stores or like Amazon would be fantastic as well. There's so much out there that we can use for various things. Any little bit helps your cosplayer out, and that is what you want to do. Chances are, if you know someone who is beginning in cosplay, they need all of the support that they can get. So if they have a site like Patreon, or if they are using a fundraising site like Ko-fi, that's K-O-F-I, be sure to support them there too. That's actually one of the best ways that you can support a cosplayer, because it lets them know that you see their work and it helps them be able to fund their own projects. But there is another really simple way to make a cosplayer's day and make their Christmas awesome, and that is to just simply support their work. This doesn't cost anything. It costs you a couple of clicks on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, sharing their work. That is all it takes to make a cosplayer or maker's day, and that is free of charge, and that is a great gift. Ultimately though, Christmas, in my opinion, is not about stuff. It is about your family, it's about your friends. For me, it's about the birth of my Savior, and it's about celebrating the fact that I have Jesus to thank for my salvation, and I have God to thank for his plan in my life. So I could honestly go without getting anything for Christmas and still be perfectly happy because I actually have everything. Whew. This potato got a little bit deep in the feels there, didn't she? Okay guys, so that about wraps up this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for post notifications. Leave me a comment down below about what your favorite thing about Christmas is, why you celebrate Christmas, what your favorite Christmas tradition is, or whatever you celebrate. Let me know about it in the comments. You guys can now support me by buying me a coffee, and I will also put a link to that in the description. Yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Celebrate safely and have fun crafting. See you guys.